you ever wondered whether you can get Resincrete eco resins to glow in the dark? Well, I'm going to do an experiment now to see if you can. I'm going to use two different ways. I'm going to use the paint and I'm going to use the powder. I'm also going to do it where I mix it in with the Resincrete and then pour it in, and where I'm going to paint it on afterwards. We can see if either of them work, what happened, and how they come out. And this is one of the cutest molds I have used in a long time. It's some little capybara, and I'm not going to show you what they look like until afterwards because they are so cute. And I do love capybara. So I'm going to do these individually, and the ones where I'm going to do paint in and powder in, I'm going to be using these orange yellow colours. Well, this one says gold, but it's really not gold. And what I'm going to do to this one is where the powder's in, I'm also going to sprinkle it in there first, so it's got a layer on the outside. That way I'm not going to have to use quite so much by putting it on. The excess I can just pour out onto there and then just pour it in the resin when I get to mixing it up. And that's adhered to there quite well if you look. So that's the first one I'm going to do. Now, I know that this is going to take 12 fluid ounces. What I'm going to do is mix up my Resincrete to start with. And you always do 100 grams of powder, 30 grams of water. And everyone who I know who's doing this next tip tells me it is transformed the way they mix up their eco resins, whether it's Resincrete or not. 30 grams of water. And now I'm going to quickly mix that up using a fork. And what I love about Resincrete is, out of all the ones that I've used and all the eco resins and things that I've used before, that isn't going to be enough in there. So I'm definitely going to have to do some more. I think that mold's going to take 200 grams. And what I'm going to do is give that another mix through with my fork. And that way you are going to have a lump-free Resincrete. And the Resincrete is, without a doubt, in my opinion, the best one for releasing all the bubbles. That's well mixed now. So let's now mix this into here. Well, we need quite a lot, and you always need quite a lot when you're using glow-in-the-dark powders, whatever you're using them in. And now I'm going to give that a good mix in there. You can see it's changed the colour somewhat. Now I'm going to pour a little bit in. Now this has got some of the cutest ears that you've ever seen on it. I'm going to give those a bit of a squidgy-widgy to ensure that I've got that all in there. And now I'm going to fill that up completely. There we are. Now I have got a bit left over, so I really need to mix up 150 grams of powder going forward, and that is going to be enough. So now I've got that second one mixed up, that's going to go in there, and that's for powder in. Now I'm going to put not quite a bit of paint in this, but I'm going to put a fair bit. I've not put anything on the mold at all, and I'm going to give that another mix through with my fork to try and make sure that that is fully mixed in there. Now, I've found with paint, when you add it to Resincrete, it can make it cure up quite quickly. So you need to move quite fast with this. Oh dear, look at that. I'm so blimmin' messy. And it goes like whipped cream once you add paint to it, which is not a problem. Because all we need to do now is make sure that that is pushed in there fully into all the ears. Yeah, 150 was just right for this mould. I'm going to give that a little bit of a tap. And now I'm just scraping that in there. And then I'll mix up the rest for filling those two. So I'm just mixing me resin up. Me resin? It's not resin, is it? Resincrete Eco water-based. I've mixed this up now using my fork. No lumps in there going to be whatsoever. And now these are my two that I'm going to be using for painting on afterwards. Now I'm also going to show you how you can make glow-in-the-dark paint for Resincrete, and it is a really simple method and it works brilliantly. And then you can paint on your wet Resincrete afterwards. So hopefully I've released all the air that should be in there. My son has just come in and he's said his best mate Rich absolutely loves capybaras, so he said when you've made these I want them for Rich. So whether they glow in the dark or not, we will see, but he's going to get them. I did say to him, they're going to be multicoloured and glow in the dark. He said he don't care. Rich just loves capybaras. So they've already got a home. So if you're watching this, Rich, these are on their way to you, mate. Now all we'll do is leave these to cure. Now, because these moulds have got little fragile ears in them, they're not fragile, but they're not very big. What I'm going to do is leave this to cure for probably about 6 to 8 hours in the mould, rather than try and demold them after 30 minutes to an hour, because that'll just give them that little bit of extra time to set in there. This one, I'm going to have to sand the base to, because obviously where it thickened up to start with, it's slightly rough, but that's not a problem. I can sand that off very easily and very quickly and make that nice and smooth. Well, these should be dry enough to demold now. They've actually had 5 hours, which is enough. And this capybara mold is quite flexible. And then mark on the bottom what they are. Look how cute that is, little capybara mold. So this is paint in. And this is powder in. And that powder, when you sprinkle it over it, really does stick quite well. Gives it quite a lot of detail as well. That paint actually caused it to go really thick really quickly. And as a result, you're not getting such a great result from it. I don't know if that is going to glow in the dark at all, but we will find that. But it isn't an ideal way to do it, because for some reason that paint causes this to cure up far too quickly. Where these have just come out perfect, look. Little capybara. And that's going to be powder after. And I'm going to show you how you can turn your powders into a paint. And those ones have come out perfect. That's what I love about Resincrete. Because it's very liquidy when you pour it. Look, you get a great, lovely and smooth result. Now what you should do is, because these have only been drying, curing for about 6 hours in total, you really need to leave these for 2 days before you do anything else to them, seal them or paint them, to ensure that they're fully dry. If you don't want to wait that long, which I don't, then all I'm going to do is stick these in my curing box for about 2-3 hours, and that, I find, dries them out completely. Well, these are cured now, so what I'm going to do is the powder one first. So let's make sure I've got the right one. Yeah, that's the powder one. Now, this trick works both with mica powders and this sort of powder. It works so well. So what I'm going to be using is the Resincrete sealer. You can get the gloss sealer or the matte sealer. It doesn't matter which one you use, it just gives you a different effect. What I'm going to use first is the matte sealer. And then all I need to do, if I want to make it shiny at the end, is to give it a coat of gloss. I'm not sure that this is probably the best little receptacle to do this in. So all you need to do is pop your sealer in and then get your powder, whether it's mica powder or the glow-in-the-dark powders, and pour it into your sealer. And then get yourself a little stick or something and stir it around until you've got the colour you want. Definitely not the right thing to be doing this in. I use some little shot glasses. Now, if you've got your colours and you want to make a lot up, because you're going to do lots of different things and you want to keep your colours all the time, then all you need to do is pop these colours, once they're mixed, into a pot with a lid on it and seal it up, and then you've got your paint already there and ready. Oh, that's much better. I find the glow-in-the-dark pigments are often a little bit more gritty than mica powders. Mica powders tend to dissolve in them really quickly, where these are a little bit more gritty. So what I do is I leave them for a few more minutes before I start painting with them, to give them the chance to dissolve into that liquid. Now I'm going to do this really multicoloured. I wish I had a black glow in the dark, but obviously I don't. So look at that. Look how nice and rich that colour is. I'm going to paint the eyes of this black once I've finished, and I'm going to do that using mica powder. Probably the eyes and the nostrils. And I'll use it in exactly the same way. So that's been now sitting for a few minutes. You could mix them all up and have them all done ready for you. And then all you need to do is paint this on. You might find that you want to do a couple of coats for each colour. Now I'm just going to do mine multicoloured. And the reason I'm doing the multicoloured is I just want to see if it will work as glow in the dark. I'm going to go ahead now and finish these off, painting like this, and then when I come to use the paint, I'll show you how that one goes as well. I finished painting that one, and now this one I'm going to do in a similar pattern, but using the Artfly glow-in-the-dark paints. Now, these are thinner, and they will definitely need 2 coats. Well, these are done now, and I know which one's which. What I'm going to do is attempt to highlight my lines with a Sharpie. Now, this isn't going to in any way glow in the dark, but I just think it might make it look a little bit neater. And Sharpies work really well on Resincrete. Oh yeah, I quite like that with the lines on it. So I'm going to go around, do all the lines, and then we can see which one glows the best. And all I need to do now is paint the eyes on them. I'm using a bit of black mica powder in the matte sealer, and that will give me a great paint on and fluorescent colour. It's not as gritty as the glow in the dark powders. There we go. So this is them when they're finished. That is quite glowy. And this is the one where we put the powder on the inside of the mould and some of the powder in with the Resincrete. And that is really glowing well. I can't believe how well that is glowing. So that definitely works. This is the one with the powder in the actual paint itself, and that is glowing quite well. Not as well as this one, there is no doubt about that. And let's have a look at the two that were done afterwards with the paint. And as you can see, they're really, really glowing well. I am so pleased with them. The only way I wouldn't recommend is putting the paint into the mix. It causes it to cure too quickly. So let's put our lights back on. There we go. So the lights are back on in my room. I'm so pleased with them. I love it. So you don't have to do the same sort of decorations that I've done. Honestly, you can just use it and paint it. But this effect is brilliant. And I'm really pleased with it. I'm loving glow-in-the-dark paints at the moment. These are so cute, these moulds. I'll link everything that I used in the description below, so don't worry about that. It's all there for you. If you want to learn how to make your alcohol inks glow and make your jewellery glow really simply, then check out the video that I've got coming up next. Boot that like button, hit that subscribe button, but most of all, enjoy your resin. Take care. Bye.